Welcome, family. This is the Velvet Locks with another story time. Yes, you guys, I got another story time for you, and this one is cray. All right. If you've missed my last story time regarding the movers trying to hijack my stuff, you need to go visit that one. That was my most current story time that I just finished dropping, and in that story time, I'm going to be talking about my ex-boyfriend. Or in that story time, I mentioned my ex-boyfriend. So we're going to go into this story time regarding my ex-boyfriend and how much of a jinx this man really was in my life. Okay. Now, I don't know if, some of you deal with people like that, you had people in your life that every time you was around them, there was always something that went wrong. I mean, they just brought bad luck. There was like a cloud that always followed them. Well, this was this type of person. Now, I'm going to call him. Now, in my last video, I called him my crazy ex-boyfriend. So maybe I'll stick with that name, okay? We're going to continue calling him the crazy ex-boyfriend, and we'll call him Mr. Bones, okay? Mr. Bones. All right? So let's talk about Mr. Bones. Now, me and Mr. Bones, like I mentioned in my last video, okay, he got me kicked out of my prior apartment before moving into my home because of his bad habits, okay? Now, I mentioned in that video what the bad habits were, or the bad habit was that got us kicked out. Well, fast forwarding in that video was the movers. Now, this is the place where we moved to. So this is like a continuation of that story time. So like I said, pause, go to the story time regarding the movers trying to hijack my stuff, watch that video, and then come back to this one. Okay? Because then you'll understand who I'm talking about and why. All right, so now we're in our new place, okay? After all of this silliness happened, with the movers trying to keep our things, the blah, 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 all right? During the course of our relationship, things got bad. So it was time to break the chains. Break the loose, get rid of the ball and chain, okay? Cut those ankle bracelets from house arrest from this dude right here. Now, he was the kind of guy, like I said, he was a little cuckoo in the cuckoo clock, which means that he just, in this way, he just was off. He just was off, okay? He was off. So we didn't work out. Now, we were in the verge of having, not really a breakup yet, but we were not having such a great relationship. So this one particular day, don't ask me how it started, but I was doing some house cleaning and was getting rid of a lot of excess stuff that was around the house. Like I said, we just moved into the place, have a wonderful landlord. At the time, before I bought the house, I had a landlord. So this was a wonderful landlord. I mean, he was no problem. The best landlord I've ever had when I was renting. Okay? So this man did not harass us over anything. This is a house that we moved into, and he just was straight chill. Any problems, just call him up. Any issues, don't worry about it, just call him up. Don't worry about, we said, don't worry about the lawn, don't worry about this, we'll handle it. Cool. So, I was throwing away some stuff, decluttering, okay? Decluttering. And I guess I got rid of a lot of excess old sneakers, from my boys. So I'm throwing all of that stuff away. Boom. This particular day now, or evening, the kids, we figured we'd treat the kids to some pizza. That's what I did. Treat the kids to some pizza. So we had pizza for dinner that night. Like I mentioned to you, my crazy ex-boyfriend, Mr. Bones, almost said his name. Gee whiz, Lord have mercy. Mr. Bones was on a hot pursuit this day. Don't ask me where he was going, why he was in such a rush. I don't know if he was arguing, what the case was, but all I know is the pizza box was on the stove. Now, like I mentioned to you in my last video, Mr. Bones liked to smoke. Well, on this particular day, he was smoking a cigarette, okay? A cigarette. So he was on his way out. I guess he figured that he could light the cigarette real quick, run out. Now, mind you, I'm upstairs. The kids are upstairs. Everybody's upstairs chilling. All of a sudden, after Mr. Bones left, we started smelling smoke in the house. And it was getting really thick. So I came out my room. When I opened my room door and was walking downstairs to the kitchen area to find out what's going on, I'm smelling smoke. The whole place was smoke, okay? Was smoked out. Now we're talking foggy. You can't see nothing. That much smoke. So now I made my way to the kitchen, okay? Only to find the pizza box on top of the stove burning. The only person that I know that lit his cigarette on the stove was Mr. Bones. So I made my way through the smoke, got the box of pizza, threw it in the sink, turned on the water, and flooded the box to out it. Okay? That was, I guess you can say, Black Cloud number 1. Alright. I was fuming. I was tight. Okay? Mr. Bones wasn't home, but I was ready for him because how dare you? How dare you? What dummy lights a cigarette on the stove underneath a paper box of pizza? Really? Okay? So now, Mr. Bones is back home now. He's approaching the house and he's pulling up in front of the house only to find that the front doors are wide open, the windows are wide open, back door is wide open because we're airing out the house. So he comes in like,
"What's the problem? What happened? What's going on? Why is it smoky in here?"
I said to him,
"Excuse me, but did you light your cigarette on the stove before you ran out the house?"
He said,
"Yeah, I did."
I said,
"Well, that was what was on fire. The box of pizza that was on top of this burner that you lit your cigarette underneath. Somehow or another, you must not have realized lighting a paper box of holding the pizza, that if you light the burner, it's a chance that the box will catch on fire. Because you didn't lift up the whole thing. You just lifted up, lit the cigarette, and went out the house."
So he did enough apologies. There was no damage. We didn't have to call the landlord. So that was all good. I guess he was so uncomfortable that he needed to smoke because I gave him the business. So I guess he ran outside now in the backyard to smoke a cigarette. Only to throw the lit cigarette into the garbage pails that was outside in the back area next to the house. We're going to call this Dark Cloud number 2 because all of a sudden now, my boys, now this is their room is over the kitchen, which overlooks the backyard. Why is it my little boys come running downstairs? "Mommy, mommy, 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 there's flames. There's a fire outside. There's flames at our window." My boys' room was on the 2nd floor. How could they see flames from the garbage pail to their window? So I went to investigate, only to find that Mr. Bones threw his lit cigarette in the garbage pail, caught the garbage pail on fire, and everything inside of it was torched, was toast, was pretty much liquefied. Those sneakers that I was throwing away, those, I guess, old clothes that was being tossed out, caught on fire in the backyard at the side of the house. Whoa, buddy. Let me tell you. So now, after putting out the fire again, we realized that the side of the house got torched. And the siding was kind of warped and looked melted in that area. So, of course, now I'm panicking. I'm going crazy. I don't know what to do. First thing I'm thinking about is, oh my gosh, the landlord is going to be pissed off. Mind you, if you checked out the last story time, you'll know why I was worried. I'm like, oh my gosh, now I gotta call the landlord and let him know what happened to the side of his house. Okay, I made the call. Hello? Then I started, letting him know what was going on. Like I told you guys, this was the landlord of all landlords. Perfection. He was chill. He was cool. He was like,
Hey, is everybody okay?
Yeah?
Well, that's all that matters. Don't worry about it.
I said,
But the siding...
He said, don't worry about it. As long as everybody's okay, don't worry about it.
okay. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. So, we dodged the bullet on that one. Lord knows I was nervous. I was scared because of the fact that I was not trying to piss off this landlord. We just moved there, and already, not too long afterwards, he tortures the side of this man's house. So, in the same night, after the phone call, he decided to put a slice of pizza from the other box, to put a slice of pizza in the toaster oven, because he was hungry. OMG, OMG, OMG. We're going to call this Black Cloud number 3. You know why? Because he left the pizza in the toaster oven unbroiled, only to come back and find the toaster oven on fire. On fire. On fire. Fire, fire, fire. The toaster oven is on fire. Oh my goodness. You talk about livid. You talk about pissed. You talk about done. You talk about this got to get the heck up out of Dodge because he's a jinx. Something wrong with this. Something is definitely wrong with this because this man almost burnt down the house 3 times in one night. In one night. Now, somehow or another, we got the toaster oven, unplugged it, chucked it, put it out, and chucked it. That was the deal breaker for me. That made me realize, Donna, get rid of this dude ASAP because he's gonna cause some sort of problem. First of all, you're here because of him. You're here because of him. Now he's trying to torch you up out of here. He was a jinx. He was a jinx. Every time we was around each other, something bad happened. He was a jinx. So somewhere along the line, we broke up. Thank God. And that was the end of him and me. But I've never experienced that in my life. Almost burnt the house down 3 times in one night. 3 fires happened in one night. So if any of you ladies are dealing with a dude, or if you fellas are dealing with a female that no matter where this person has a black cloud following them, and every time you get with this person or they're with you, that there's always some drama, always some bad luck, something always happens, ditch them. Get rid of them real quick, okay? Because you don't want them to cause you to have bad luck because of them. You could have bad luck by association. Oh my goodness. But that was such a crazy night that me and my family had to deal with. All because of this one dude almost caused us to be homeless just because he has bad luck. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on that story time. I hope you enjoyed it. I got more coming for you. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know if you've ever dealt with somebody that seemed like they always had a black cloud following them, and because they were with you, you caught the wrath of their bad luck. Okay? let's blow up the comment section because this was really something else, you guys. Something else. All right? So thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Hey, fam. what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell right next to it. So this way you will know when I'm uploading another video. So don't forget, hit the subscribe button, give me those likes, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you will not miss another one of these type of videos. So let's get started.